Hello. Tonight we're going to look at a marvelous film called Charulata. It's a film by Ray, and it is Satyajit Ray, and it is really one of the masterpieces of film that I am so happy to introduce you to. Now, as you know, as many of you know, some of you have seen Pathapachali, or some of you have seen The World of Apu. These two films bookended his trilogy, which is one of the greatest achievements in film. But this film follows those films and is equally as perfect. Now, for some of you, it might cause a little bit of problem. It's an Indian film. It is highly realistic. It's a very easy narrative to follow, but it does move slower than the films that you usually watch. Not slower than the films we watch in Cine Club, but many of you may have to develop a sense of patience, which is one of the reasons we try to show you films that move a bit slower than the films you're used to on Netflix or in the theater. You won't have seen a film in the theater in a long time, but Netflix and Amazon, you will see a lot of films. So what's so unusual about this film? Well, one of the things is a funny one. He uses the actress from The World of Apu, but it turns out she had a terrible habit of eating betel nuts, and it turns your teeth black. And so they had to actually film her from a number of angles to try to actually not make her teeth seem black. And so she's always filmed from certain ways that seem consistent in the film, that always make her as beautiful as possible. But she does not smile very much because that was going to cause them terrible problems in the filmmaking. That's just a bit of trivia that, but does show the incredible attention they were paying to India in the 1880s. The novel taken from the writer Tagore, who is one of the great Indian writers, took place in 1900. But Ray wanted to push it back because he wanted to show a little bit about the incredible hold that colonialism had, the British colonialism had on India, and that in the cities, it was very different than in the country. In the cities, the class system, the English class system, was almost more severe than it was in the country. In the country, you have all sorts of princes that still have their extraordinary holdings and their land, etc. And many of those people live in the past. He made a film about this called The Music Lovers, which I would highly recommend that you investigate if you really are fond of this film tonight. But it also deals with another interest of Ray that comes way before it was the interest of anyone else, and that is how women were treated in the society and how some women were able to basically throw off the restrictions a bit. In this film, it really is the path of an artist. How does an artist get created if that's not something you know that you're going to do from birth? Here is somebody that is actually issued in there by other forces because she falls in love with someone that thinks they're an artist and basically realizes she could do so much better than he could. And that's what spurns her into writing. So I think the story is actually beautiful. It's a humanist story about there are no villains in this tale. There are only people. And we are able to watch people the way they live. And there's not a dishonest touch in the way that these people are portrayed. That's why I am so happy to introduce the film to you. And I can't wait to hear what you're going to say afterwards. We'll see you later.